Hey guys. So we're going to review our treble clef letter names. And if you feel like you really don't need this review, then you can skip right toward the middle of the lesson here and play the game with us, and then play the other game that's on Google Slides a little bit later. But if you would like a review, here we go. First, we need to know that the bottom line is number 1. Staff has 5 lines, numbered from the bottom to the top. Line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know this. Spaces from the top, or from the bottom to the top. Space 1, space 2, space 3, space 4. This is called a treble clef or a G clef. The reason it's called a G clef is because it hides the G for us. That swirly part goes around the G line. So no matter what kind of note, it could be whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, anything that's on that line 2 is a G. Now, from G line, we can figure out any other note on the staff, but first let's review the musical alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It doesn't go on to H or I. It starts over with G back to A, and it keeps going, as you know. So there is a G. The next step higher would be A. Just keep that in mind. The other thing we need to know is if we go up the staff, we go forward in the alphabet. As the music gets higher or up the staff, as we go lower, it goes down the staff. It goes backwards in the alphabet. So when we move by steps, you'll see that we're moving line to space to line to space, line to space, and same thing going down, line to space. So if this is a G, sorry, my dog is trying to find a comfortable spot to sit. Starve my nuts. So if that's a G, the next step higher wouldn't be an H, of course, it would be an A. And then B, C, D, E, F, and then G sits on the top. Now, when we go down, remember, we have to go backwards in the alphabet, and this is where it gets a little tricky. And this is why I'm so thankful there's only 7 letters, because if there were 26 and we needed to know them backwards and front, Ruby, just sit down. Then it would be a lot harder to do. So G, go backwards, F, E, D, and then C. We add that ledger line. So you can either count up. So let's say you wanted to know something on space 4. You could either go G, A, B, C, D, E. That takes a long time, especially if you're sight reading and you need to do it in the moment. Or you can think of the word face. I like to remember this because it rhymes with the word space. So you see a word or a note on space 3, you go F-A-C-E, it's an E. And that's a quick way to remember it. Fat Albert causes earthquakes. You can also do that. Personally, I think the word face is easier to remember. Now for the lines, it's E, G, B, D, F. This is silly because it's a space-themed lesson, but extraterrestrial green boys drive flying saucers. That's not what I learned as a little girl. Every good bird does fly. Elephants get big, dirty feet. Elephants go bouncing down freeways. What I learned as a little girl was every good boy does fine, right? Elvis's guitar breaks down Friday. Every good bee deserves flowers. Every grandma bakes delicious fudge. So whatever helps you to remember it, that's what's going to work the best. So if you see a note on line 4, instead of counting up from G, you can go, every good boy deserves, and you know it's a D. Okay, so with that knowledge, let's play a little party here. Treble clef pool party. Hey, Rubes. All right. Gosh, I hope the pool's open this summer, right? Hi there, gang. Welcome to our treble clef pool party. Our swimmers are trying to put air in their inflatables. First, you'll select a swimmer. From there, you'll see a word. Select the inflatable with the notes on the staff that match the word you see. Be careful not to overinflate your flotation device. So here we go. I think I like this girl's flower on her bathing suit, so I'm going to choose her. Okay, so the word is faded. Now, remember when we read music, we read left to right, just like when we read English. So the first one has to be an F, okay? So then I think, is there an F in the word face? Yes, there is. It's the first space. Look at them. Oh, but there is no first space. Remember that space 4. So there must be an F in the lines too. Every good boy deserves fudge.